I'm the king of the world. I'm the top like Leo. This boat is real. Alright, guys, what's going on YouTube? Being all goofy. So last night we had a pretty good session, and we made it to #1 global last night. Pretty awesome. We got a new personal best, and just absolutely amazed. It's not going to last, so I'm just here to cherish it. It looks like a couple Nova guys are already on my tail. And I mean, if OKT matches with Blevins or Nova Gravity or one of these other Nova guys and just decides to drop a win to him just to push past me, I mean, it's giving them free wins, and then he'll get it back, and then that's the wrap. But I mean, I'm just happy that I was able to get here and be here with you guys. I'm seeing my subs go up. It's really cool. I mean, to wake up and to see my subscriber count go up. It was really awesome. I appreciate every single one of you guys. Thank you guys so much. We'll go on ahead and take a look at my full battle log. Man, that game with Dawn is frustrating. I did lose to Nova Guy and with the same deck. And guys, let me tell you this, man. I don't know. Just because these guys that win trade does not make them bad players. They make you have to be good players, because if they don't match with their same teammate or whoever that they're trying to defeat, you know, they have to play and still keep up in the trophy count, but they're getting a competitive edge and a competitive advantage. So for me to come up here and say that these guys that are win trading are bad players, they're not. They're good players, but they're cheating and getting a competitive edge. That's why I keep, asking for fair play, and to give, people like Pong or, myself, or, I probably won't done last season, was killing it. He went on a tilt. I think he was like he was the guy who was number top 10 last season throughout the whole shebang. Man, I lost to Armici the time before too. That's a pretty good bowler control deck. Excuse me. Lost to a Royal Giant deck. Whatever. You can beat them with this deck, but I mean the problem is the Tombstone. It doesn't give a ton of damage, but this deck is able to cycle back. Thing is, guys, I'm not perfect. I do lose games. I mean that's just a known thing. Anybody that professes that they don't lose games need to get on a stream, because I'd love to see perfect gameplay. But here's a full card. Nobody from my clan, nobody from anything else. Just wanted to go show you guys, what everything looks like here. So I wanted to go on ahead and make this video before I lost my #1 place. So we're just gonna enjoy it while it lasts. That's fine. Certain people like Chief Pat were completely even refuse to even play top 200 leaderboards, just because they're not going to do it, because they're so salty about the win trading, and they want fair play too. And I think the only way that you can be able to to fix it is to start banning these accounts. And I had an actual attorney that's a guy that's in our clan look over the terms of services, and if anybody affects the spirit of the game, they can ban your account, and it states that you don't even own your account. It is their property, and they can take it away at any given point, practically for anything. So essentially, yes, they can end it. Will they? Probably not. It took 2 years for them to even stop the cheating in Clash of Clans. So I don't expect this to go down. Now, guys, this is Adam, this guy, Aviation here. He has been a top player consistently. He stays on top of the leaderboards. Really good player. You're looking good for a really good miner deck as well. His is extremely annoying. It's very good. It's a little interesting that he actually uses the lightning, but the lightning is such a good card. It does 500 damage, and of him having a max miner is almost almost 100 damage a hit. So yeah, it matters a lot more, just kind of like the tournament play. I mean, even at level 4 you're still doing a lot less damage. I just don't know if I'll ever have a max miner, because it is really hard to get max miner, especially with more and more legendaries coming out, so it's going to be harder to get those cards that you are wanting. So if those come into your shop and you've been thinking about spending a few bucks, I'd highly recommend it. Now guys, this is essentially the same push. This kind of goes back to the olden days of the good old days when we played Trifecta. So essentially I used the excuse me, the Ice Golem as like a Valkyrie and just push it down the lane. So as you guys seen, I did make a video on this a couple days ago, how great of a deck it is. I know a lot of you guys have been having success with it, and a lot of people have also said that the Hog is dead. Well, this is clear that the Hog is not dead, but guys, pretty much this is his deck is a minor control deck, where he plays a lot of defense and everything else. So that was pretty cool when the Ice Golem popped right there, that the Mega Minion actually slowed down and then retargeted onto a little one elixir skeleton. Sometimes there's a little weird stuff that ever goes on. I mean, have you guys ever noticed that like a princess will be completely locked on to somebody or something and then completely retarget? And I'm not even talking about anything else, about like I'm not even talking about doing anything else. So Adam made a very smart play there. He waited for my Ice Golem to pop, then he dropped down Skarmy to kind of help finish it off, and I'm sure that he was trying to try to send down his miner for a counter push. It wasn't able to. So essentially he's just being extremely annoying with the miner here. We were able to get down our Ice Golem and to take what 2 hits away, but been about 200 damage. So this is a close game. It will be decided. Most of my games I think I've ever played against Adam have been relatively close. I think we even had a couple of ties and stuff like that. But this is essentially kind of the same deck that we're kind of running about on the miner side, but he's using lightning instead. So it's just kind of just a cycle deck, chip, and then control. He's able to cycle to his Inferno very fast. He's able to cycle to everything else. And as you guys saw yesterday, I played Molt with a lightning deck that I was experimenting with. If you watched in my expo video, that lightning, it's very interesting. It's a great card, but it essentially slows everything down. Guys, look at that fireball save for the ages. If they ever wanted to put a match on TV Royale, this one was epic. A Hog cycle versus a Miner cycle. So yeah, the point of having the fireball is that you can cycle your deck a lot faster. So I tried using the lightning, and I still love the lightning because, as you can see in some of those draws there, I'm not able to get through the Inferno as easy as I can. So really the push that I really want to be able to get through the Inferno is to have the Ice Golem out in front of the Hog, maybe some archers behind it if I can get a full push on, and or whatever, and then have a Mega Minion coming down the center to go after the lightning. So if I can even delay or even draw out someone else's Mega Minion or anything else, and if they put it close enough, maybe even slide a fireball in. If they're playing their Inferno correctly, that I should never be able to hit them with the Inferno. But yeah, so I mean, some of these, here's the thing, I played Dunn before, and the only times that he ever beats me is whenever I'm using my lightning, because with his furnace and his 3 musketeers, if I lightning the furnace, he's going to save up and drop down his 3 M's. And as you can see here, this deck is just not built that way. So really, it's just really hard to have a counter for every single deck. It's just not even possible. Guys, this deck right here is picking up steam right now. It's being a heavily used deck. We're also seeing him use a pump, which is pretty interesting because we haven't been seeing people use pump. Honestly, they need to bring the pump back. They need to drop it back down to 5 elixir and bring it back. If we could see pumps back, we'll see people start lightning a lot less, because we'll see a fireball being used a lot more, just because of the simple fact that lightning costs a lot, and if they lightning the pump, then they're not going to be able to defend against an Inferno or whatever, even though the Inferno's been, whatever they say, slightly nerfed. But he gave me a lot of value there. If I was him, I would not have put the elixir pump, and I've never liked putting the elixir pump in dead center. So that's just not the call I like to do or anything else. So he's not going to have much to defend here except for 3 musketeer. That's not much at all, right, guys? So yeah. So we're about to put down our tombstone again, right in their face to slow everything down. And that was just kind of a little bit more panic right here, guys. But I just kind of put everything all up in their face. And the tombstone was actually a great placement because whenever it exploded, then they still had to shoot off the little Larrys. Little Larrys had to die first. So that got a little sketchy, and but we were able to do that. So at this point, we know that we need to kind of save our fireball a little bit. But yeah. The pump costing 6, I've seen a couple clanmates, and whenever I tried to use it, you know, if you put down 6 elixirs, someone's charging the other lane. So I mean, if you have enough cards to defend off the very beginning, I don't know. It's just that 1 elixir does actually matter a whole bunch, and that's the same with using Valkyrie and Hog. That's the thing that why it's very hard to use trifecta right now, because if everybody's carrying a lightning, they're getting a lot of value. I used to have issues back in the day when I'd carry a normal trifecta and use poison, and then a Hog Lightning deck would come around, and I would lose to that deck because they were able to get so much value on a big push. You know, if they put down a Valkyrie or a Musketeer or whatever, they were hitting all that. So they're hitting 8 elixir with 6 plus, you know, 500 damage or whatever your counter is. For me, it's like 500. I can't remember. I think the lightning is like 500 damage. But they're just getting extreme value out of that push, and yeah, a poison will slow down everything, but I mean at the same time it just does not compare to the lightning. So there's some things that they can do to make this better. Obviously, fair play would be number 1. Bringing back the bump would be awesome. And I actually, you know what, I didn't actually have a problem with the poison meta. I was actually having a good time figuring out how to counter everything and kind of figuring everything out. So we're going to go on ahead and take care of the 3 Musketeers. Almost practically kills the knight, and we just got to sit here and figure out a way to get to his tower. This was not an easy match. This is a really good deck, guys. It's kind of cool to see the Barbarian Hut coming back. I was playing with that too a little bit. I was doing a Hog Barbarian deck. I had a lot of fun with that. It's pretty cool because I mean it does stop does stop pretty much everything. It was especially good against the spam decks as well. But yeah, I guess that's why, you know, you can't put a lightning or anything in there. So anyway, here's a couple ideas for you guys. That is 7 elixir down right there. We have a full health Hog, and we were able to squeeze in there to secure the W there. And so that is a really fun deck, guys. You guys could probably check that one out as well. It's very expensive for my taste and my liking, but yeah. So guys, the Royal Giant deck, I think I touched base with that one the other day. And I've actually been seeing a variation of this deck pop up here recently. So yeah. See if we can get another. Let's see. What other decks do we want to go through? We could go through let's go through Giant Bowler. We're still seeing a good amount of Giant Bowlers. I don't think it's the most popular deck in the top 200 anymore. We've seen a lot of spam. Royal Giant's been taken up. Still a lot of Hog Riders that are still rolling around. A lot of the Hog Rider people were actually some of the top players in the game, and a lot of the miners are still going in and out. I do like the variety. I think everybody likes to complain about certain decks, or this deck makes me mad, and you know what? It's probably because you can't counter it, and I think that was a big thing with the poison meta as well. Is that people were just having a lot of issues with the Giant Prince, and everybody was playing Giant. Well, I mean, we got to a point in that meta where it was easy to counter. Whether it was the guards or anything else. So yeah, the really cool thing about this, as I was showing some of the replays from the other day, was that this deck has beat plenty of Golem decks, which is kind of crazy. But I was talking to Rebel this morning, and he was like, well, what I do about that? I'm like, well, you should watch some of the replays that I've posted or whatever. He hasn't been playing. He hasn't been playing a lot this season as well. I hadn't been playing a lot, and kind of picked up steam the last couple days. Yesterday, like mid-afternoon, I think I was at like top 100, and then last night I jumped on for a quick little session and powered through some of this. So I do enjoy this game a lot more when I don't sit down and just play a ton. I get a lot more enjoyment when I can go and play a few more games, and I know a lot of people, a lot of top players have been getting burned out recently, me as well. But I mean, here's the thing: is like it's can be really frustrating, especially in long sessions. So I was telling Rebel, I was like, yeah, man, I got on and I played I played like 5 games or something like that yesterday, and I won all 5 of those, and then I took a break, and then I went to the bathroom, you know, the holy place that's where the best gaming goes down, and took care of that. That was a great push. Took care of the archers there, get some shit damage, took down a tower. You know, and got a couple of victories there, and you know, took a break for the rest of the day. It's just kind of like get to a stopping point. You don't want to get to a place where you're so frustrated this game you just don't want to play anymore. It's a video game, guys. This isn't life. You know, I know a lot of people breaking iPads and you know everything else, and it can not literally not be fun anymore because of whatever, and you make all these excuses. Just take a break and come back. Like literally, that's all you have to do. So as you guys can see, a lot of the same pushes are generally the same in every single one of these here. You know, just put down the ice golem in the front, hog in the back, you send down a fireball, and it just cycles. It cycles so fast, guys. And that's how you're able to beat golems too, is you know, if you have an inferno, not inferno, if you have a tombstone down, then you're able to go back and cycle back to another tombstone. You can actually pull the golem all the way across the map, which is pretty cool. Just pulling them left and right. This is pretty interesting. Using the rocket instead of the fireball. All the variations are pretty cool. I feature Sultan too much on here. Too bad I couldn't post the Trainer Garrett match. That was a solid match. But yeah, we'll throw in a little RG deck since it's getting lively. Where's the RG meta deck? Ooh, there is. So that's a little bit different. That's not. He looks like he's using the 3 elixir minions instead of the baby dragon. It looks like the kind of like a meta variation. I could see. All right. So we'll go through this one. But anyway, I thank you guys so much for stopping by my channel. If you guys are new here, I appreciate it so much. Thank you so much. I try to put out videos every couple of days. Oh, I forgot that it was a level 12. Sometimes you get lucky with the matchmaking. Sometimes you do not get lucky with the matchmaking up top. Sometimes you get to play a few people that are a little bit lower level when you're higher up on the leaderboards, which can go either way. It really can. So I did a little molt there, sent out the angry face. But yeah, so oh man, Royal Giant, it's so annoying. So you look at this, guys. He's got enough for. Is that even what you do there? I don't know. I probably would have, if I was him, I probably would not have lightninged right there. I probably would have just went on ahead and set up my furnace. But I guess he's saving that for the hog. So I guess that was a pretty relatively smart play in his part. But yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I can't thank you guys enough for stopping by my channel. I put a lot of work in to come up with some decent contents and trying to come up with some 12 wins and everything else for you guys. If you guys have any suggestions, please feel free to put those into the comment section. So. Sitting there arrowing my tombstone. Just some stuff that people do just completely entertain me. I can't blame them there. It's just I've completely won, guys, on games where I sat back and just lightninged everybody's tower the whole time because I was literally not able to get through and win. So you know what, you got to do what you got to do to win. I don't mind at all if that's what you have to do to win. I don't like it when people sit there and do like rockets, just rocket cycles and everything else. So I dropped the WoW there, guys. Have you ever seen where the mini P.E.K.K.A just sit there and swings halfway across the map? The Mega Minion did the same right there. He's gonna get some great value there. But guys, look, there's I played a Royal Giant deck the other day that had literally had 3 spells and 2 towers. That is just crazy, guys. I mean, seriously, at that part, it's just not even fun. I mean, like, I don't even understand if you're even having fun. I get it if that's what you have to do to win, then I don't know. Then good on you, but that's it. So I'm gonna look through my iPad. At least through good luck, but that's a frustration too. All right. I'm having a good day today. It's pretty. Not every day you get to wake up and be number one. Number one. All right, so we'll go through this Golem deck, and this will be our last one. You know what, guys? And speaking of me not responding, a lot of times that here lately, especially, I feel like I give somebody a good luck and they tell me good luck, and then they're dropping an Expo or a Mortar deck in front of my face or something like that. I feel like it messes with my emotions and stuff like that. So a lot of times I keep my emotes on. I just don't respond. I'd rather just sit here and concentrate about what I'm gonna do instead of sit there and do emotes. Plus, if you guys have ever heard me talk before, I particularly don't really care for Nova just because they are, it seems like everybody else is kind of maybe chilled out in the win trading. Supposedly that's the word on the streets, but they're still getting at it. What really pisses me off is that I saw Okete win trading. I got sent screenshots of him win trading. I thought he was a really good player. He actually messaged me a few times. I thought we were pretty cool. I respected him in their Turkish clan, and then he goes over and joins Nova, and the first thing I get sent that is he's sitting there with screenshots of another Turkish player. I can't remember the exact name. It's in one of my screenshots, but it's sitting there, you know, win trading. I'm like, dude, this guy's already a good player, or what I assumed was a good player, and now he's sitting here trying to get a competitive advantage. I mean, I'm not saying, like I said earlier, that these people aren't good players. I'm just saying that it's just not fair, because it's not even, once you do it one time, you're known as that person. I mean, that's who you are now. You know what I mean? Once you're a cheater, that's it. It's just like once you're a thief, everybody will know you as a thief. I mean, it puts a bad feeling in my stomach. I've spent a good amount of money on this video game, obviously because I love the video game, and I do have some high cards. Also, like whenever I first started playing this game, and I was streaming every day on Camcord, I had some people donate a few $1,000s, and that also helped me get going, and what I did was I sat there and maxed out with my giant chests. So look at that. that Mega just went on ahead and went for the high school, and it's so funny. That was pretty bad log on my part. I thought that the actually was going to go for a tombstone. But I don't know, guys. I do love this game. I do wish and want the Supercell to take it a little bit more serious as far as fair play goes. And I don't hate anybody. I just am extremely frustrated that certain people aren't getting a fair shot at number one. Especially when Pong was a new player to the scene. What was that, a few seasons ago? I'd never seen the guy before. And he kind of broke into it and just started crushing it. And he had a new deck. He was an innovator. I've also been an innovator of making new decks. And if you guys have not seen, Mekon and other people that have came up with new decks, I came up with the Hog Lightning deck, and that was kind of my thing. So, whatever. Rebel came up with the Hog Knight deck as well. So, I mean, these people have put some work, into it. They've pushed to the top. The guy's been streaming and been super active in the community, deserves everything he gets. But the other season he got pushed to number 5. He got win traded out of it. He got deserved number 1. I mean, and that just kind of like that makes me mad. Like that it affects. Like okay, I'm already a little upset, but it makes me mad when it affects some other player that is well deserving of the number one spot. You know, completely getting cheated out by people that it just makes me feel really bad when other people get burned. Like sometimes I'll sit here and be reserved. You can say things to me, and I don't really care. But if you say something to my teammate or a friend of mine, that's when I'm really gonna get pissed off. So I'm cool with Pong. Pong's a great player, good dude. And but you know what? When I see someone get cheated out of something that they deserve to have, that really boils some of my blood. So I don't know. I don't want to take away from anything. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you guys if you're a new subscriber here. Thank you guys so much. Throw down some comments and suggestions you guys like to see. In the beginning of the season, we're kind of open to do whatever we like. I typically don't. I sometimes push in the middle of the season. Typically, I push at the end, but at the same time, it gets kind of thrown in with a bunch of other people that are just not legitimate. So I mean, maybe I'll try to keep up in the leaderboards this coming season, just so I don't know. We'll check it out. I've just been super busy, so I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you guys so much, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace, y'all.